The Bread and the Stranger, a biblical-style story of kindness, testing, and divine reward in a dry and quiet village nestled between the hills of Judea. There lived a poor widow named Miriam. She had only a small hut, a jug of oil, and a little flour in a jar. Every morning she would kneel beside her clay oven and whisper, "Lord, give me just enough for today." Though her portion was small, she never ate without first offering a prayer of thanks. One day, as the sun blazed high, a weary traveler approached the village gate. His sandals were worn, his robe dusty, and his eyes heavy with fatigue. He knocked gently on Miriam's door and said, "Peace be with you. I've not eaten in 2 days. Do you have bread to spare?" Miriam looked at the last bit of flour and oil she had left. It was only enough for one final meal. Her heart trembled, but her spirit stood firm. She replied, "Come in, rest in the shade. I will bake what I have." She kneaded the dough. She prayed silently, "Lord, I give what little I have. This is a test. May I not fail?" She brought the flatbread to the stranger with a cup of water and said, "Eat and be strengthened." The man ate with gratitude and rested until the evening. Before he departed, he looked into her eyes and said, "You have not fed a man, but a servant of the Most High. Because of your kindness, your jar of flour will not empty, and your jug of oil will not run dry until the drought ends." Then he walked into the twilight and was gone. Days turned into weeks, and true to his word, Miriam's flour and oil never ran out. Each morning, she found just enough to bake again. Word of her generosity spread, and many came to her door, children without fathers, mothers without food, and old men who could no longer work. To each one, she shared bread with a smile. One day, a nobleman from Jerusalem visited her home. He had heard of the widow whose jar never emptied. After tasting her bread, he offered her gold and asked for the secret ingredient. She replied, "It is not in the grain nor the oil, but in the hands that give and the heart that trusts." He left, amazed. Miriam lived many years, always with enough. She never became rich, but she was never poor again. Her house became a haven, and her story a lesson passed down from generation to generation. Moral of the story: even in scarcity, faith and generosity open the door to divine abundance. What you give away in obedience, God multiplies in secret. As it is written, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some have entertained angels without knowing it." Hebrews 13:2.